You know the head of the nurses union isn't a lawyer, but a nurse, right?
What's your point?
What if you get schooled by a hot nurse?
What are you, 12?
What, you can talk about my grandmother, but I can't make a nurse joke?
Yep.
Actually, I was 12 when I had my first caregiver fantasy.
Let me guess, Nurse Ratchet.
Say what you will, she had a kind of stocky hotness.
Listen, our goal is to reach a fair agreement between a hospital and its nurses. There are no winners.
Did you have a stroke? There's always a winner.
Of course there's a winner. Just need to make sure you're ready to stick it to the nurses. Don't say it.
Ah, negotiator number 5. Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss.
Jameson was our last negotiator. Trust me, I'm not Jameson.
That's what he said about the one before him. You're all the same to me. I'm over here, you're over here.
Well, let's see if we can't.
You're gonna have to buy me dinner first.
I can do better. You're expecting me to offer you this. You're willing to settle on this. You're praying for this. Well, your prayers have been answered. And I'll even buy you breakfast in the morning.
Not so fast, Blondie.
Prescott Hospitals is hurting as much as anyone else. You push any harder, they're gonna go out of business and nobody wins. This is the best you're gonna do, and it's a deal you're ready to take.
We were ready, but what about the new account you funded yesterday? Yeah, that's right. I know about it. This isn't my first rodeo.
Then you also know that money's off the table.
Money's fungible. Everything's on the table.
I'm sorry, but that account was funded by donors specifically for the development of new robotics for surgery.
I used to change bedpans for a living, Junior. I know what bullshit smells like.
This isn't bullshit. Even if Prescott wanted to give that money to the nurses, they couldn't, legally.
So they're willing to raise money for equipment, but not nurses. I get it. Nurses are sexy, but nurses aren't sexy. Well, you need to find a way to get us access to that money, or we don't have a deal.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, then we're done.
You leave this table, it means only one thing.
I know exactly what it means. We have a fully funded strike fund, and we're gonna use it. We reject your proposal.
Reminder.
Hey, handsome. Your bearded buddy was already here. You can shut us down for 48 hours, but we can still prepare to strike.
Actually, I came over to extend an olive branch. Why don't you go ahead and start your strike right now? You looked into our finances, I looked into yours. Your strike fund has enough to last a week. We're not even gonna have a meeting about it for a month.
We know what we're getting into. We're prepared.
Well, prepare yourself for this. Our last offer is off the table. The new offer is the one we gave you before that. And every day you strike, it's gonna keep getting worse.
Harvey, you do realize you just littered, right?
They can pick it up. They're not working. You'll give them a sense of purpose.
Wow. You don't think you're being a little harsh?
I just put an end to a situation our client can't afford, and those nurses can't either. Trust me, they'll cave.
Excellent work last night, Mike.
Thanks. Whoa, you didn't tell me you were bringing her in.
What do you think the proposal was for?
Does Harvey even know about this meeting?
As a matter of fact, I do.
What's this?
It's a pink slip. 50 pink slips, in fact, for 50 nurses.
Excuse me?
It's come to my attention these nurses have been working past their 15-hour shift, and they don't put it on their time card, but they still sign charts, which happens to release them from the protection of federal labor law.
You're bluffing.
I found these 50 in one night. How many do you think I'll find in a week? There's a way out of this. Sign the contract.
Your grandmother would be proud.
You have until the end of the day.
Harvey,
Let me guess, you're upset.
I got you that information through my grandmother.
Your idea, not mine.
Look, I know you might have been hatched in a pod, but family actually means something to me. And I gave you that information to help the nurses, not strong-arm them.
Were you okay with the first deal we presented to now?
That is not the point.
That's exactly the point, because this is a contract that our client can actually afford.
Harvey.
Enough. You think I was joking when I asked if you were ready to stick it to the nurses? I wasn't. I know you don't like this part of the job, but it's part of the job. If Prescott gives in to their demands, they go out of business, the nurses get nothing. It's a win-win.
That's bullshit.